Hi, I'm Tracy Sofra. I work with career-minded professional women, and for too long, women have been told that they're not good with numbers, that they can't manage money, and one day someone's going to come and rescue them. Well, I'm here to dispel that myth once and for all. If you've been feeling frustrated and stuck in a rut, you have a picture in your mind, a vision, a daydream, a fantasy of a life that you know you want, but you just don't know how to get there. That's called being stuck in a state of status quo, where every single day is same. Nothing seems to change. And in the pit of your gut, you're wondering, and you're kind of knowing there's more, but you just don't know how to get there. Well, I've been talking about kicking status quo in the butt for the last 5 days, and this is the 6th day. And this is part of my 6-step process of getting past that point of frustration and getting to a point of absolute elation where you are actually actioning, getting to the dream part of your life. I promise you it can be done. And the fact that you're here listening and resonating with what I'm saying tells me straight away that you're actually in that space of frustration and not knowing what the next lot of steps are. So, to recap, step number 1, assess where you are today. What is your life like at the moment? And what are the things that are keeping you stuck? What is the day-to-day do, the status quo that you're in? And what are the things that are keeping you stuck there? Step number 2 was discovering who you are at your very core, because who you are will define what you will do from that point on, will define the type of life that you want. But without knowing who you are and what you want, it's really hard to progress forward. Step 3 was then about having a look at your surroundings from an emotional, social, and spiritual point of view and challenging those things that are keeping you stuck and holding you back. From there, we decided we were going to choose. Step number 4, choose the ideal vision. Visualize it in pictures in your mind. Set that meditation space and allow that to filter through and come through for you. After we chose, step number 5 was to decide. Remember, at the exclusion of everything else, we decide that this is it. Status quo stops here. The decision piece is the action piece. And as I said, I love action because action is the thing that tells us we are in motion. We are no longer stagnant. We are no longer in a space where it's just same. We are now in the state of action, and with action comes change. But now that we've decided and we've taken action for change, there's a commitment piece. Like everything in life, decisions can be made and then they get chucked to the side because there's no commitment behind that decision. And so step number 6 today, I'm talking about committing to that decision that you made. So the decision to change, because ultimately, what are we talking about here? We're talking about changing our whole lives to get from same, status quo, I'm in a rut, I'm not happy, everything's kind of okay, everyone's kind of happy around me, but there's a miss inside me. I'm feeling empty. Everyone around me is happy, but what's the matter with me? Questions like, God, I must be ungrateful. How can I be unhappy at this stage? I should be, I've got all this stuff. I've got great family. I've got a career. I'm successful in everything, but something's gone amiss inside the pit of my gut. That there needs to change, and that means that we're changing. And with change comes challenges, because change is not an easy journey. Let's face it. We've all done this in one way, shape, form or another in our lives. And we know that change and the journey to change is not easy. And change is, it fails often, right? And how many times has change failed and you've gone, you know what, this is too hard, but I don't want you to do that this time. This is the commitment piece. This is the piece where we commit to those visions that we created, to the decision that we made. Change also gets sidetracked by excuses, doesn't it? Yeah? So it fails often. It feels uncomfortable. No one likes discomfort. I get it. But through discomfort, through frustration, new things appear. We break through those brick walls that we're hitting at the moment every single day. So it's uncomfortable. I get it. And you're going to find excuses. You're going to find every excuse under the sun. I get that too. And then there's the routine and the habits that we have. And then that energy that we've put into maintaining that status quo. For God's sakes, don't let it break because everything's okay. Well, it's time to stop. It's time to commit to the decision. It's time to get uncomfortable or comfortable with the uncomfortable. Get used to being uncomfortable. You're going to be uncomfortable for quite some time because you know what? I hate to break the news to you, but you've crossed the line. You've crossed the line. And I've opened Pandora's box and there ain't no going back. And even if you tried to go back, it'll never be the same again because you've created some new neurological pathways in your mind. See, I've opened your mind to possibilities. I've opened your mind to questioning. I've opened your mind to, oh, could she be right? Absolutely, I'm right. I'm right because I've worked with women and I've been doing this for the last 30 years. And I can tell you equivocally that I've changed the lives of so many women, including myself. So it's possible, but you need to commit. And the rules that you follow to get to where you are today in your life have served you well because here you are today. And you have created a level of success. You have created a level of happiness. You've got to this point in your life by following some key rules. But I want you to ask yourself now, are those rules going to serve you for the future, for the vision that you've created? For the choice that you made about that vision, for the decision that you've made and now the commitment piece you're about to do. Rules are great and they help us get to where we want in life and they give us roadmaps to follow. But I want you to question the rules that you've used to get to where you are today. Are they going to serve you from this point on? Because I'm asking you to change. And with change comes a whole new set of rules, doesn't it? So yes, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because through discomfort and frustration, we break through barriers and we get to the other side. And this is where I need you to be fearless. I need you to dig deep and get that courage that's sitting in the pit of your gut. I know it's there. You got it. You got this. You can do this. I need you to be fearless and I need you to forge on. And 6 little tips I've got. The 6 rules for financially free women. I want to share them with you and I'm going to talk about them individually as a group tomorrow because I think I've given you enough today. And they are, rule number 1, make sure that you set boundaries around yourself. Boundaries are incredibly important for women because we're not really good at doing that, are we? Once you've set your boundaries, I need you to understand what works for you. Not for your friend or not for the people that you're watching on Facebook or on telly. You know, she's doing this, he's doing that, everything's working for them, why aren't I doing that? Work out what works for you. And then I want you to tune in. Tune in to yourself because that is the ultimate power. Ignore the naysayers because there's a heap of them out there. You need to just block it out and don't worry about them. It's their problem, not yours. And then you need to protect that energy around you. Self-protection is one of my key things. I try and protect myself from bad energy all of the time. And finally, ladies, come on. We have to stop apologizing. The apologetic piece is really a lack of self-assertion. We need to be able to be more assertive in our approach. And being assertive doesn't mean that we're bossy or we're pushy. It just means that we know who we are, we know what we want, and we're not afraid to go out and get it. So they're the 6 rules for financially free women that I'm going to talk about tomorrow. The commitment piece is what we've touched on and finished our 6 steps. Our 6 steps to recap is firstly, you need to assess where you are and what's holding you back. You need to discover who you are at your core and what you want. You need to challenge those things around you and inside you, spiritually, emotionally, and socially, that are keeping you stuck. And then you need to choose. Choice is beautiful. We get to choose. We live in a country where we get to choose every day, and we get to choose the type of life that we want. Choose the vision of the type of life that you want, and then decide that you're going to take it. Decision means action. And once you decide, you need to commit, because the commitment is the sticky piece. It's going to keep you stuck in that space. You need to be fearless, you need to be courageous, and you need to push through this, because as I said, you've crossed the line. There ain't no going back. Be fearless and don't give up, because you got this, and I know you can do this. I'm Tracy Sofra. I work with career-minded professional women, women that I love and I love to encourage and I love to empower and inspire, and I've been doing it for 30 years, and I just want to keep doing it to serve everyone in the world, all of the women in the world. Make sure you like this page so you hear me each morning sharing my thoughts and my tips. And make sure you register early by clicking the button below for my program that's coming out, where I can dig deeper and give you more and more of the wisdom that I've accumulated over the last 30 years, and give you more of myself, because sharing is caring, and sharing is the only way that we can help each other on an emotional and an authentic way. Thank you for listening. Enjoy your day. Happy Friday.